Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2022 NFL mock draft video. Today you get a special treat. You get two videos for the price of one. I'm going to go ahead and break down what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do at 15 and 16 in the NFL draft. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, I just got to ask you, do you like football? Because if so, you're in the right place. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and join the growing community of football fans that want to talk football all year round. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go live. There's a lot of interesting trades, a lot of things that happen at free agency. We're going to break it down, plus the first half of my draft. The best part is, if you have a question, I answer you, and I answer you live on the live stream. Now that I got that out of the way, what do the Eagles do at 15 and 16 in the 2022 NFL Draft? There is a lot of talk about the Eagles trading up in this draft. The Eagles pick 15, 16, and then they pick again at 19. Now, there are no trades in my mock draft, but if I'm the Eagles, I actually don't trade up in this draft. I take all three of these picks, and then I would become, with these three picks, the team to beat in the NFC East. That's what I see. There is no trades in my mock draft, but this mock draft I'm going to do a little different than most. I'm going to give you the picks that I would make, because I already have the player at 19 as well, but I'm only giving you 15 and 16 today. I'm going to give you the three players I would pick if I was running the Eagles with the plan of becoming the team to beat in the NFC East. I'm going to start looking at the defense first of all, and let's take a look at the secondary. You get Dax Hill, the Michigan safety, and I'm not going secondary, but Dax Hill is a player you may want to consider here. This is kind of a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot of different things, add some speed and physicality to that secondary. And then Trent McDuffie and Andrew Booth are two corners who are available. I mentioned them in my previous video with the Ravens. Booth is bigger, more athletic, more of a project in my opinion, but he would be a guy who could be long-term starter on the outside. McDuffie's a guy I think that could push for a starting spot right away. He would challenge Maddox for that slot corner, even though I like Avonte Maddox quite a bit. The Eagles, I'm not convinced are 100% set in the secondary, but I'm not addressing the secondary at all in this draft. I almost went Nakobe Dean at 15 or 16, and I'm not convinced the Eagles are not going to address the linebacker position, but when I look at this draft, the most important thing the Eagles have to address is the pass rush. You had 29 sacks in 17 games. That's not nearly good enough. So pass rush is the number one priority, and they get a damn good one here at 15. So without further ado, with the 15th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Travon Walker, defensive end out of Georgia. First off, if Walker is drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, he plays defensive end, not linebacker. When Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon were with Indianapolis, one of the best free agent acquisitions they made was former Chiefs outside linebacker Justin Houston. They moved him to defensive end, and he played lights out. Both these players also were Georgia Bulldogs, by the way. So in drafting Walker, who's long gone in most mocks, by the way, he's not a day one starter, but he immediately improves the pass rush day one. You could use him on passing situations. You could even use him on the inside at over 270 pounds. You could have kind of a NASCAR type of package. You can get very creative with him. Bottom line, your pass rush really needs help. I'm fully aware Brandon Graham's going to come back, and you signed Derek Barnett to a 2-year deal. But Barnett, a player I absolutely loved when he was coming out of Tennessee, just hasn't produced like the first round pick they thought that they would get out of him. So in my opinion, Walker could be. So this is what I would do if I was the Eagles. Take a guy who should be long gone, and in most mock drafts provides pass rush help day one, even though he's not a day one starter. Now, pick 16, let's look on the offensive side of the ball. Now, some people think Philly is interested in a quarterback. I don't see that at all. I'm completely dismissing the fact that the Eagles are even entertaining quarterback in the draft. So When I look at the Eagles, the first thing that sticks out to me is offensive line. And believe it or not, because I have 3 picks in the first round, I may want to consider Tyler Linderbaum, the Iowa center. Now, Kelsey's re-signed on a 1-year deal, but it's a 1-year deal, and you have 3 first-round picks. Why not replace one of the best centers in football with a guy who has the potential to be a Pro Bowl center? You could quote-unquote redshirt him for a year, or what you could do is start him at guard in 2022, move over to center in 2023. More likely, and this was really almost the pick, and I kind of go back and forth with Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green played multiple positions at Texas A&M, and they love this guy. Run blocking is his forte. The Eagles love to run the football, so Kenyon Green makes a lot of sense, and that was almost the pick. I kind of go back and forth, but instead, with the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Treylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas. Again, this is what I would do in the draft. Burks is my wide receiver number 1, and he's completely different than Reagor or Devontae Smith. This is a big, large, raw prospect here, but he has more upside than any other wide receiver in the draft. He can be used as a running back. You can use him on end arounds. You can use him as a wildcat quarterback. Again, Smith and Reagor, when they were coming out of college, they were known more for route running and precision. This is a completely different type of prospect and a player. If you're a running football team, don't you want a big physical wide receiver? And that's what you get in Burks. This is, in my opinion, the guy who could be a Deebo Samuel type clone if you use them right. You have a former offensive coordinator as your head coach. Get the players that have the most upside and put them on the field. Now, like Walker, this is not a day 1 starter, but he's a day 1 contributor. And this is what I would do if I was picking for the Philadelphia Eagles at 15 and 16. But I want to hear from you. What would you do? What do you think? Drop a comment below, and let's talk football. Now, tonight, I go live, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have a great show planned. Lots of talk about, lots of things happen in the NFL. It's going to be a great live stream. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Join the growing community of football fans that love football, want to talk football all year round. Like the video. You got 2 picks for the price of 1. It was a great video. Give me a thumbs up. And ring the bell. That way you're notified every time I come out with a new video. I can't wait for the live stream. I really want to see you there. Join the best football live stream on the planet. And I will see you later tonight.